Greetings, mathematicians. Today we're looking at example 3 of solving a rational equation. We do need to find an LCD to multiply every term, including this 3, in order to eliminate the fractions. So we do need our LCD. Need to identify that first. Here the factor is w plus 1. It's the identical factor, w plus 1. And here the factor in the denominator would be 1, so it's really 1 would be the unique factor, but times w plus 1 is, and I'm going to put in parentheses, w plus 1. That's our LCD. That's what needs to be multiplied to every term in order to eliminate the fractions. I'm going to start that over here on this side. In parentheses, w plus 1 times 3, which is the same thing as 3 times w plus 1, minus sign, w plus 1 times 6w divided by w plus 1, equal sign, LCD w plus 1 times, this is the 6 divided by w plus 1. And now I can simplify. Well, let's start from the left here. W plus 1 times 3 does give us 3w plus 3. It is distributive property. 3 times w is 3w. 3 times 1 is 3. And we're subtracting the product of these two quantities. So the simplification, w plus 1 divided by w plus 1 is equal to, or simplifies over 1 over 1. So we're subtracting 6w. Equal sign, same thing over here. This w plus 1 divided by w plus 1 simplifies to 1 over 1. It equals 6. Now I have eliminated fractions. I do want to combine my like terms. 3w minus 6w is negative 3w plus 3 equals 6. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 3 from both sides. Minus 3 from both sides of the equation. I get negative 3w equals 6 minus 3 is 3. Divide both sides by negative 3 to get w by itself. And we get w equals negative 1. Now, normally I would box this answer in, but I need to verify that it works over here in the original problem. We are going to run into a bit of a problem, because if w is equal to negative 1, then when I substitute it here, I would get negative 1 plus 1. I would get 0 in the denominator. I'd also get 0 in the denominator here. That can't happen in an equation. If negative 1 was substituted for w, the answer would be undefined. So for this particular answer or problem, the answer is actually no solution. So let's go ahead and write that, no solution for this problem, because w equals negative 1 is not a valid solution. It works for this algebra problem, but it doesn't work for the original algebra problem. And that's how we would get example number 3.